If there's ever a moment where you're wondering what's going on in the world around us, and you're worried about things, it might be a wonderful place to go and just read through those last 5 Psalms to refocus our attention to the one who is in control, the one whom we will praise in good times and in bad. And as we are faithful, we will see the goodness of God. Now that's the ancient response. I think it's pretty current for today because it calls us all to do that. But hear this, the words of this song. I would love to sing it. I hadn't prepared well enough, and I hadn't set up with Ron to figure out how we could practice and make that happen. I didn't take the time ahead. But the words are amazing. So I want you to hear the words. And then Ron is going to sing a song for us. I'm seeing them all tied together. But this hymn was written, this worship song was written just in 2017. It's a song by Hillsong. It's a church in Australia that started there, but it's spread around the world. The song is entitled, So Will I. God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time, with no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of light. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. In the vapor of your breath, the planets form. If these stars were made to worship, so will I. I can see your heart in everything you've made. Every burning star, a signal, fire of grace. If creation sings your praises, so will I. God of your promise, you don't speak in vain. You're no syllable empty or void. For once you have spoken, all nature and science follow the sound of your voice. And as you speak, 100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you said. If it all reveals your nature, so will I. I can see your heart in everything you say, every painted sky a canvas of your grace. If creation still obeys you, so will I. So will I. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. If the mountains bow in reverence, so will I. If the oceans soar and roar your greatness, so will I. For if everything exists to lift you high, so will I. If the wind goes where you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sum of all our praise still falls shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times. God of salvation, you chased down my heart through all of my failure and pride. On a hill you created the light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die. And as you speak, 100 billion failures disappear. Where you lost your life, so I could find it here. If you left the grave behind you, so will I. I can see your heart in everything you've done. Every part designed in a work of art called love. If you gladly chose surrender, so will I. I can see your heart a billion different ways. Every precious one a child you died to save. And if you gave your life to love them, so will I. Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.